A pleasant day to everyone. We are the Group 8 and we are here to present and discuss our research topic entitled The Assessment on the Determinants on the Effectiveness of Learning Mathematics among Senior High School Students in Selecting Their Courses in the Future. I am Althea Hart Hernandez and I'm going to present with my group mates Lopez Earl John, Malyari Luis, Kison Rian Joy, and Auclarid Sophia Joy to further discuss and enlighten you about our research topic. The problem and review of related literature of this study. As the Philippines joined the Program for International Student Assessment last 2018, or mainly known as PISA, the Philippines ranked last among 79 countries in the category reading comprehension and ranked in the low 70s in mathematics. According to the Education Secretary Leonor Briones, the low ranking was expected, as she also stated that the country must deal and bridge the gaps and issues of basic education in the Philippines to attain quality education, especially on students' learning outcome. Furthermore, according to the study of Jenna Nilsson and Sarah Noel in 2017, that the students with mathematical difficulty continue to struggle with mathematics in the succeeding grade level, and identification difficulty in mathematics is significantly related to the mathematical performance of the students. Math skills is one of the relevant expertise that the students need to acquire, and in the absence of mathematical skills, the students will significantly lack on the attribute that they need to possess in order to have a better skills and understanding regarding mathematics. According to the study of Liana, Muhammad, and Soko in 2019, the selection determinants covered future career, passion, peer influence, and parental influence are among the factors that motivate students to enroll in a specific courses at the higher institutions. Furthermore, based on the study of Guanova and Turep in 2019, the relevant factors are institutional reasonings, decision-making, interest, fellow guidance, and soon-to-be career aspects. Mathematics is really a crucial thing on numerous college fields and courses because it is essential how to think deeper with better understanding and at a more productive level, which like almost everybody takes in consideration to practice. As stated in the study of Guo, Leung, and Wu in 2020, that the students' affective characteristics shape their learning outcomes regarding mathematics. This research study aimed to explore and identify the different determinants in relation on the effectiveness of mathematical learning, specifically among senior high school students in selecting their courses in the future. And this study also wants to dig deeper and have a better understanding on the relevance of mathematics in selecting students' future courses.
IPO model is a functional graph that identifies the inputs, outputs, and require processing tasks needed to transition inputs to outputs. This is largely used when the researcher's attempt is designed to isolate the factor or major variable that causes the problem, subject, or phenomenon under investigation. This model is used when the statement of the problem are all factor isolating questions. The researchers choose this model to explain the determinants efficiently as well as to illustrate how information should be gathered and described. The model illustrates the flow of the assessment of the determinants of three major parts of the research paradigm, namely input, process, and output. The input is about identifying the determinants of effectiveness of math in selecting the future courses of the respondents and students, establishing how the determinants affect the students in selecting their future courses, and also verifying if the determinant significantly affects the students in selecting for their future courses. The process involved the implementing, gathering, and analyzing the data through questionnaire survey. Then the output or the results of the study are the identified determinants with regards of the effectiveness of learning math among senior high school students in selecting their future courses.
The statement of the problem of the study. This study aims to identify the determinants in accordance with the effectiveness and preferences of the mathematical learning among the students who are in senior high school that can primarily help and prepare them with regards on selecting their courses in the future. Specifically, this research study seeks to find answers for the following questions. First, what are the determinants on effectiveness of learning mathematics and selecting their courses in the future? Its purpose is to identify the determinants that affect students on the selection of their future courses. Second, what are the effects of the determinants in selecting the student's future course? This SOP aims to know if the determinants has effects in selecting their future courses. And lastly, does the determinant significantly affect the students in selecting their future course? The SOP number 3's objective is to know if the determinants has relevant impact that affects students in selecting their future courses.
The research hypothesis of the study. The research hypothesis that will go through assessment and tests is that the determinants have significant and relevant effects on the mathematical learning of senior high school students in selecting their courses in the future.
This is the scope and the limitation of our research study. The general aim of this research study is to identify the determinants on the effectiveness of learning mathematics among senior high school students in selecting their future courses. Furthermore, the researchers want to know the effects of the determinants in selecting students in their future courses. And lastly, to verify if the determinants significantly affect students in selecting their courses in the future. The target participants and respondents are the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, mainly known as STEM students, from the Senior High School Department of Don Honorio Ventura State University at Villa de Bacoor, Pampanga, Philippines.
The significance of the study of the research. Mainly, it will contribute to the students, teacher, lastly, for future researchers. This research study will primarily help the students in identifying the determinants in accordance on the effectiveness of the mathematical learning in selecting their courses in the future. And in addition, the researchers also wants to find out if the determinants in accordance with mathematical significantly affect the students in selecting their future courses. For students, the final outcome of this research study will primarily help the students and particularly senior high school students because the research study is focused on their perception and the anticipated conclusion can also serve as their guide with regards on their selection for courses in the future. Students who do not have enough and sufficient knowledge about the determinants in accordance on the effectiveness of their mathematical learning in selecting their future courses will be provided with knowledge and understanding with the help of this research paper.
For teachers, this research study will help the teachers. Mainly, it will serve as an awareness to teachers about the effects of the determinants in accordance with mathematics on their students' mathematical learning with regards on selecting their courses in the future. This study will help them to have a better understanding on the students' learning factors and can also be their way to know how to guide and lead their student with regards on their mathematical learning that can eventually prepare and help their students on selecting their courses in the future. For future researchers, the findings of this research study will be a useful tool and reference to those researchers who share the goals and aims as our research paper objectives. It will also serve as a reference to the future researchers who will be conducting the same research study in relation with the topics discussed on our research paper. These are the following references we use for the Chapter 1 of our study.
Before we end this presentation, let me leave you with a quote from Albert Einstein that says, "Mathematics is not about the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think." That's all that we have. Thank you for listening.